Genesis vehicles have a feature called the Remote Smart Parking Assistant. You can use the key fob in order to get yourself in and out of tight spaces, which is amazing. But did you know there is also the option of using full park assist? Using the system is incredibly easy. All you're going to do is start off, you got to flip yourself into drive, and then you're going to do a longer push and hold. So if you do a push on the 360 camera button, it brings up the 360 camera. But if you do a longer push and hold on that one, it gives you the option for full park assist. And as you drive, it's automatically going to check to see if there are parallel or perpendicular spots available. So let's go through. I'm going to start off showing you a parallel park and how easy that is. Really straightforward. So the car, you have to be going slow. So maximum, I think it's 20 kilometers an hour, but the vehicle is searching for active spaces right now. You can stop at any point or just keep on driving and it'll try to find an active space. It's definitely not a parking space there, so just going to keep on going. It's got a few, and we can see there are a ton of parallel spots that are available. So it keeps on blinking at me there. So I'm going to stop eventually. There we go. So you can see that there are different spots available. So it's got the option for either perpendicular park if it was available or parallel park. We want to do that. You can control it from the outside of the vehicle or from the inside. In order to do that, all you're going to do, press and hold the P button, take your foot off the brake. You can ride the brake if you're not 100% comfortable with the system the first few times that you use it, but it is a very, very smart system. Utilizing all of the sensors, turning the steering wheel, I'm doing nothing right now other than pressing and holding the little P button there. If you release the P button, it pauses the system as well, and then you can push and hold again in order to continue the process. But backing me in nicely. Perfect. Felt there, so there was a little tap of the tire on the actual curb there, and it recognized that it lightly tapped, and it's perfectly doing it. One thing that I love about the side view mirrors inside the vehicle as well is that they rotate as you move the steering wheel, whether you're backing it up yourself or the car is doing the work for you. Parking is now completed, automatically drops you into park and applies the parking brake. So that's parallel park. But if you push and hold again when you're parked, it's going to check this space to see what's available. Really cool because it recognizes that we're in a parallel parking situation. So it can look to the right, which there's a sidewalk there, so we're definitely not doing that. We want to go out to the left. And same idea. You're going to push and hold that little P button, foot off the brake, but again, you can ride the brake if you're not comfortable with it, but it's going to back us up enough that we can pull out of the space. Well, it's going to pull us out of the space a bit here. So see, it's going to kind of maneuver us a few times. Ooh. There we go. I was like, you're getting close there, fella. But the parking sensors work extremely well. Let's back this up a tiny little bit more. And then from there, it's rotating the wheel fully. Perfect. And there we go. And I'm in drive right now. So in theory, whoo, just pull forward. Nice and simple. And then using perpendicular park is the exact same process. So let's go ahead and try to find a spot where we can do some perpendicular parking. Using the perpendicular park assist is just as simple. So you're just going to push and hold the little P button until it says searching for parking. Again, you have to be going a slower speed in order for it to look, but it's checking to see spaces that might be available. And once it finds an open space where you can fit, get that little notification. And you must be stopped to select the parking type. We want to go perpendicular. Same idea, you can control it from the fob or do the smart park there. Same idea, you're just going to push and hold, foot off of the brake, and the car is doing everything for us again. So it's pulling us forward, backing us up. Where the park assist system really comes into play is if you've got mobility issues. So if you have trouble with your neck, turning left, right, whatever the case may be, having the vehicle be able to do this for you is an amazing process. It does take a little bit of time. Realistically, could you back into the space faster than the system could itself? Absolutely. But if mobility issues are something that you're facing, this is a useful system. I feel like I can go for a nap right now. But it's doing it perfectly. So it's taking everything into account there, how close we are to the car beside us, both sides. But it's essentially doing everything. So it's moving us forward. It's kind of positioning us perfectly in between the lines right now, while taking into account the big truck next to us that's pushed a little bit further over. There we go. Yeah, a little bit of a slower process on this, but yeah, we said if you need help with perpendicular parking, it is available. One really neat feature that the Genesis has as well is going to be the remote smart parking assistant to get you in and out of tighter spaces. So all you're going to do, make sure that the vehicle is remote started first, and this is going to be the same for all Genesis vehicles. And then on the key fob, you've got the option of moving it either forwards or backwards. I want to get into the car, so I'm just going to push and hold for it to go forward. If you release, it'll stop it. And forward again. You have to be relatively close to the car for it to work. And then just button press to release. And you can go forwards or backwards with it. But, ooh, yeah, remote start is going. Beautiful. But that's how you use the remote smart parking assistant inside of Genesis vehicles.